Hey, cutie pies. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching a new edition of What Happened on the Soaps Days of Our Lives. Today is Tuesday, April the 26th, 2022. And I'm sorry this video is late. My daughter has a teacher that comes to the home, so it threw my schedule off a little bit. So, and it'll also, these videos will also be a little late Thursday as well, just to let you guys know. All right, y'all. Scale to 1 to 10, you know how we do it. I'm going to get this like a 6, and I'm being generous because I was really bored on some people on this, and I'm going to tell you why. You're not going to bore me to death with Shawn and Belle. We all know they're going to get back together. And just like we all know that Jan is about to move in with Shawn. Okay, okay, so Belle goes to the precinct. Shawn is working, and he says, Thank you for coming to see me. And she said, Oh, I didn't come to see you. I'm like, Belle, make up with this man already. Yes, he was wrong for not telling you he had slept with Jan, but he thought it was you. And on top of that, I mean, Shawn, you was wrong. You were wrong. You were wrong for this one. But he thought it was you, and he didn't want to hurt you. Did he know that Jan was going to get pregnant? No. He still should have told her, but he didn't know that girl was going to get pregnant. So, I mean, it is what it is. So then she making all these little comments about, oh, how could I trust you? Did you tell me she was pregnant after when I stopped you guys? He said no. She said, did you tell me the next day? He was like, no. And she was like, exactly. You did. Oh, come on, girl. Come on, girl. I don't know. I'm sick of it. And so then she says, Jan, I don't want Jan a part of my life, so you can't be a part of my life or whatever. He was like, what are you talking about? I'll do whatever you want to do. I said, are you willing to give up your baby with Jan? Like, you willing to do that? But anyways, so as they're talking, he says, Jan hasn't even contacted me since we found out she was pregnant. And here come Jan, but called him and he didn't accept the call. And then Belle got on my nerves because I hate when people do this. Like, don't answer my phone for me. And so she answered the phone talking about, yes, he'll accept the call. And then I'm leaving. And so it's Jan on the phone talking about there's something wrong with the baby or whatever. Because she was like, don't hang up on me. There's something wrong with the baby. So he go to Statesville. Is it Statesville? Is everybody in prison called Statesville? Anyways, he goes to Statesville and he says, what's going on? And she tells him some big word, something wrong with the baby. She got to be on bed rest. And he was like, he go and talk to her doctor, and it is true. And he was like, what you want me to do? He says they're high risk pregnancies all the time. And she says, I need rest. I know at deep down you want this baby and you love this baby already. Like you have feelings for this baby. And he does because he's not heartless. And so she said, he was like, what you want me to do? And she said, I want to be on house arrest at your place. I said, y'all gonna make this girl go to house arrest because y'all know they wouldn't even be bringing this up if this girl was not gonna go to house arrest and live with Shawn. But I'm not gonna give too much time to this because it's boring to me. So let's move right along. So then we talk about Jake and Ava. You know what? I like Jake and Ava. I've liked both of them when they were on General Hospital, and I like them over here as well. Like they really take their characters on. Anyways, so Jake and Ava are in bed or whatever, just platonic, just roommates, and he wake up and he remembers. He was like, man, he remembering when Johnny was the demon and everything. So he wake up from his nightmare and Ava was like, you all right? And he was like, yeah, it's nothing or whatever. So then Jake goes over to see Gabi. Now earlier EJ had been over there and he says, I want my position back. And Gabi said, you can't get this position back. Johnny gave it to me. And so she's telling him like Johnny was trying to sleep with me and he was trying to do all this and everything. But he gave me this position and you can't have it back. And EJ said, don't get too comfortable in my position or whatever. And she was like, all right, cool, whatever. So now Jake is coming to see her and she was telling her reception, I thought I told you no visitors. And then Jake comes in and she says, what you and your girlfriend or something? I'm like, girl, if you don't care anymore, stop making little remarks. But anyways, he says, Ava's not my girlfriend. And then he tells her he had a nightmare about fighting the devil and it was Johnny and everything. And she was like, what, you think Johnny is one and the same? He was like, yeah. He was like, anything weird go on? And she thinks back and everything to when Jake was just knocked out cold. And she was like, nothing weird happened or whatever. I mean, honestly, I think Oh, there goes a hummingbird. I think if it did, she wants this position. So she says, all I know is Johnny gave me this position, and Jake was like, all right, and or whatever. He about to leave because he could tell she not even gonna try to help him. And she says, yeah, go be with your girlfriend or whatever. Is sleeping on the floor or air mattress or something. I don't know why she had to throw this shot, but she got her feelings hurt because he said we slept in the same bed and he was like nothing happened, but the yet was implied, or at least on my part it was implied. And she said not yet. After he left, he was like, yeah, we sleep in the same bed now, but just friends, nothing happened or whatever. And she was like, not yet. And so then she looked at Uncle Ava and told me, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. So then Ava and so then Johnny goes home and he talks to Ava, and Ava says, "Are you still feeling bad about your whole dream and stuff?" And he was like, "Nah, it's nothing. It's nothing." But then he remembered. He keeps remembering. So he's remembering that I'm sick of this demon. I'm sick of this demon. I'm sick of this devil. Like, wrap this up. Anyways, moving right along. So then, speaking of Ava, so Rafe was at the police station. He was complaining because he was like, "I got to do this paperwork," and it's really messed up because he's doing the paperwork over Gwen, and the only reason he's doing his paperwork is because Trek let Ava go. I mean, yeah, let Ava go, and so he had to arrest Gwen. So that made him have to do paperwork. So he had to cancel his date with Nicole. So Nicole comes in and she says, "Did I hear this correctly? Ava's out free walking around." And he was like, "Yeah." He was explaining everything that went on to her and why he couldn't meet. And he said, "Come on." She said, "Can you take a break right now?" And he was like, "Yeah." And she said, "Okay, let's go to the." He said, "Okay, let's go to the pub." And she was like, "The pub?" What that darn Nicole? And she was like, "The pub?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Is there something wrong?" And she was like, "Mm-mm." But she was about to tell him about Eric and everything. And here walks in Ava with her messy self. So here comes Ava walking in. I think there's something wrong with me because I like all the messy characters. Like, I don't like the little goody two shoe people because I'm like, that's not life all the time. Nah, it ain't life for the evil characters to do the evil that they do, but it's not so black and white. Anyways, like as Brando said on General Hospital today. Anyways, so here comes Ava's messy self walking in, and Nicole and Rafe were like, "What are you doing here?" And she said, I came to see Gwen, who I need to speak to about that." And Nicole was like, they had their words back and forth. You looking to be free and yada yada yada. And so Rafe says, I'll what oh before that, Nicole says, "I'll just meet you at the pub or whatever," because she can't tell him about Eric. She don't want to say it in front of Ava because Ava gonna rub that in about the love of her life and all that. So anyways, she Nicole and Rafe kiss or whatever, and she was like, it was like, okay, whatever. I honestly don't think Ava wants Rafe anymore. Just my opinion. She might still do, but it doesn't seem like it. So she tells Rafe, "Who do I need to speak to talk to Gwen?" Oh, that's what Nicole was saying. "You want to talk to Gwen after you double crossed her?" And she said, I felt bad about that because she didn't deserve that. I mean, like, she deserved it, but she didn't deserve it like that or whatever. And so then Rafe so then when Nicole leaves, Rafe just tells her, "I'm gonna go and check on Gwen to see if Gwen wants to talk to you." And she said, "I'm gonna wait right here." And he said, "After what you did for me, get your ass out of my office." I said, "Nicole, you couldn't have thought he was gonna leave you." And so he come back and he tell her, so when he sees her, he said, "Gwen, I want to talk to you." And she was like, "Holding a grudge." All right then. And he tells her, "If you do anything, I'm gonna make sure you go back to a jail and all that because you shouldn't be walking free." And she was like, "Nicole, pretty much. She don't care. She does not care." And so that was it with them today. I mean, with Ava today. And that reminds me, Gabi tried to say that about Jake too. She was like, You're with Ava, you don't have any cares." And he was like, "Gwen did Abigail horribly. No, and her family and everything." She said he was like, "No, I don't care. I don't care that, she going away instead of Gwen. I mean, that Ava got free and Gwen is going away. I don't care." But anyways, moving right along. Um Who else was on this episode today? Then we go to Eric is at the pub. So Eric is at the pub talking to actually, before we go to there, EJ and Belle talk. So Belle goes over to see EJ because he wants to talk to her, and he says, "Listen, I need to know how I'm gonna get my shares back." And she said, "No, I tried to give you my advice before." He said, "Okay, now I'm listening. How am I gonna get my shares back?" And she said, "You off the record, you have to have Johnny sign paperwork handing his shares over to you or whatever, and then you have controlling." And he was like, "All right, I gotta find Johnny and all that." And then she just breaks down talking to him about everything that's going on with her. EJ said, "I have to find Johnny." I don't know if I should have shown up. Anyways, Belle talks about everything going on with her and Shawn. He said, "I wish I could take that pain away from you and all that." Child, I don't care. I don't care about this because I'm so sick of this whole demon story and all the chaos that follows everything. But so then what happens? So then moving on from them, Marlena comes in and she sees Eric. She said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you." And she says, "How are you?" And he said, "I'm good." And she said, "No, no, how are you really?" And he says, "Well, I heard about Nicole and him." He said, "Now listen, I'm a priest, but I'm a man also." He said, "But I am happy that she found someone. Rafe is a good guy and everything." And then here come he was like, "Nicole will always have a tug or heart, pull on my heart." And so here come Nicole walking in. And she talking to, her and Marlena and chit chat. Then Marlena said, "I gotta go." So when Marlena leaves, Eric and Nicole talk, and they wasn't talking. Eric says, so Eric and Nicole talk, and they're just talking about, he just tells her again how happy he is that she found Rafe. And then here comes Rafe walking in. And he tells Rafe and Nicole the same thing. "I'm happy you guys found each other. You're a good guy." And, and Rafe go grab on Nicole. "Sir, you could put your arms around her. You can grab on her, pull her close to you all you want. On top, true. On top, true." And you could do all that, but she don't give a she. Her heart will always be with Eric. And to truth be told, if Eric was staying permanently and not doing this just little visit thing that he is doing, she would be right on over there with Eric, or eventually would make her way over there. But that was Days of Our Lives today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening.